They're always experts in every area of your life that you're struggling with, whether you're struggling with your finances, whether you're struggling in your career, whether you're struggling in your health, fitness, weight loss, whether you're struggling with, relationships. There's experts in each area that you can hire. Get help. Don't be cheap with getting help, because help is the missing link. Otherwise, you will naturally decline in life. That area that you're struggling with will only go down. Hi, my name is Mo Gayas. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning and sharing the lessons with you, because growing up, I wish I had someone like me to help me out. On the Healthy Systems podcast, you will learn one main idea, system from each episode that you can use in your life, whether that is financial, relationships, fitness, and wellness. So if you're a millennial, you're hyper ambitious, this podcast is for you, because the more systematic your life is, the more you can win and not waste time. So join me on your journey to building a life of healthy systems for yourself. Hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast, everybody. Today's episode is something that's very relevant, which is how to not only maintain, but also to get ahead in life. And this topic hits home because I've had a lot of conversations this week around this topic when it came to health, mostly health and fitness, but it applies to every single area of your life. So hear me out on this one. It is a lot easier to maintain a lot of things in life, but it is very hard to actually get ahead and to actually grow. And most often, the biggest myth that I notice, or the biggest misconception I see around this, is when clients, when they think that, hey, just because I am maintaining, I am doing the work, I'm going to get ahead. And that's often not the case. That's like 99% of them, that's not going to happen. You'll just stay the same. Matter of fact, you will also get worse, because there's no such thing as staying the same in nature. There's no such thing as maintaining or plateauing in nature. Nature is either growing or it's dying. A tree is either growing or is dying. Nature knows that. An animal is either growing or is dying. And that we see that in nature everywhere. But as human beings, we often get we have this misconception that, hey, just because I'm maintaining, I will continue to grow. That's not how it works. Even with our health and fitness, either our health is improving or our health is declining. Either your muscle mass is increasing or it's decreasing. Either you're getting in better shape or you're getting in worse shape. And oftentimes, we look at this maintenance. Yes, a person can stay the same strength or have the same level of cardiovascular endurance for, let's say like for a small period of time. They can do that. Small period, I mean, in a given lifespan, let's say a year. So the last 12 months, has your strength gone up or has it gone down? Like, you'll be able to tell the difference. And the point of this episode is to drive home this point, is that there's a big distance between maintaining a certain place you're at and actually growing beyond it. And that's why so often you see people, they hit their peak, let's say at age 30, or they hit their peak at 25 or 35 or 40, and afterward they just kind of like maintain that same cycle of success for years and years to come. Like, they kind of just stay the same. Versus there's some people that they just reinvent and they just get ahead every year. They are getting ahead, and you're like, why does that happen? Well, obviously there's a level of consistency, there's a level of talent in there somewhere. But I think what makes a big difference is those people understand that by default, they're not going to grow. So they take actions, they take courageous decisions to get ahead. So in your case, how this applies to you is, I want you to be brutally honest with yourself right now and ask yourself, am I just maintaining my income, my health, my relationships? Am I just maintaining, or am I actually growing? Okay. Because the premise behind this episode is that as you get older, as you get wiser, as you have more experience, your value should also increase. You shouldn't just be maintaining the level of success you had 5 years ago. If you went from 25 years of age to 30, you should actually be a little bit more successful, if not a lot more successful, just because you have 5 more years of experience now, 5 more years on this planet. You understand humans better, etc. You should have made progress. So the point I'm making is, don't just maintain, aim to get ahead. And the way to get ahead, number one, is to be brutally honest with yourself, right? Take time every week. And I'm saying every Sunday, journal on this, right? Did I get ahead this week, or am I the same? Let's say if you're a runner, did my runs improve even by 5 seconds this week? Or did I do something that actually improved? Did my strength go up this week or not? Did my finances, did I make a move that actually improved me? Did my sleep improve? Did my, and like any of the things you measure or any of the things that you can actually like objectively look at, did they improve or did I stay the same? Did I read more books? Did my knowledge slightly increase? Or did I just scroll on Instagram and I saw five more reels and more memes and more things like that that just let you to stay the same for the last 10 years? You know what I mean? So every week, I want you to be brutally honest and reflect even for 15 minutes. Take a piece of paper, look at your areas of life, write down, okay, did my income slightly improve? Did my health slightly improve? Did my relationships with my husband or wife improve? Right? Because think about it, your marriage, your relationships, either they're improving or they're kind of dying, in all honesty, right? It's rarely that even with friendships, we've all had friends in our lives that were once our greatest, best friends. And then over time, you got a different job, they got a different job, you started a different business, you all went your own ways. Those friendships actually declined. They didn't just stay the same, right? You see my point? We've all had friends that we were besties with in high school. And then 10 years later now, we haven't talked to them in like 10 years. And that means, what do you think that means? Does that mean that a friendship increased or did it decrease in value? It actually kind of decreased because you haven't really stayed in touch. You didn't even like talk weekly. You went from going daily, talking to that person daily, to like now not even talking annually. So you see how that actually goes down in value. Same thing with your health. If you were an athlete in high school and you played and you practice every single day, and then now you haven't ran in a month, oh my God, what do you think happened? What actually happened is you didn't maintain. You actually went down. So you see how like the law of nature shows up in all areas of your life. You're either growing or you're dying. And that's the whole game plan here. So first, be brutally honest every week. Just journal on this. Did things in my life improve over the last 12 months or have they gone down? If they have gone down, here's what you do. Number two, best way to change this is to get help. There are always experts in every area of your life that you're struggling with, whether you're struggling with your finances, whether you're struggling in your career, whether you're struggling in your health, fitness, weight loss, whether you're struggling with, relationships. There's experts in each area that you can hire. Get help. Don't be cheap with getting help because help is the missing link. Otherwise, you will naturally decline in life. That area that you're struggling with will only go down unless you apply outside force on it, right? An object at rest tends to stay at rest until you apply force to it. That's one of the Newton's laws of motion. So at the end of the day, you guys gotta love how I applied physics to that. That was cool. But the point being is you have to apply some outside effort and you will notice the difference. So often clients come to us in fitness, for example, they're like, man, coach, I've been stuck here for 3 years. And like they hire us week one and they lose 3 pounds. They hire us week one and now they can actually, they feel like they made more progress in 1 week than they did in 3 years. Why was that? Well, the reason that is they hired help and outside force, our expertise, our professional expertise came and helped them. And now they were stuck and now that boulder is moving again. And now we're starting to get it in motion and that snowball effect is happening. So at the end of the day, be brutally honest with yourself every week. Journal on this. Am I maintaining or am I growing? Remember that. You can also be doing the third thing, which is declining. So are you maintaining, declining, or growing? Ask yourself that. Second, once you know which areas you're declining in, get help on that area. Because the third thing I want to talk about is this quote I got from Ray Dalio. He runs the biggest hedge fund in the world, Bridgewater. And Ray Dalio wrote this amazing book called The Principles. And in that book, he talks about progress comes from two things. So he has an equation, which is actually write this down if you're if you're at home. Pain plus reflection equals progress. Pain plus reflection equals progress. Pain alone will not make you make progress. Reflection alone will not give you progress. Pain, when combined with reflection, where did I go wrong? Where did I make a mistake? Where did my health start declining? Where did my relationship start declining? Where did my finances go down? That is the reflection. And pain was the event that led to that. So pain plus reflection equals progress. So if you want to make progress, you're going to need to actually reflect and you're going to need to like identify when pain is occurring. So remember that. And then the last thing I want you to leave you guys on is the positive note, which is Why are we wanting progress? Well, progress makes you happy. You look at the most depressed people in the world, it is because they aren't making progress. They are not making progress in their life. They're not making progress with their studies, education, learning, growth. They're not doing any of it, right? They're not improving their health. They're not improving their fitness. So I would be depressed if that was the case. When we stay the same, dull water sitting in a pond gets smelly, turns into a swamp, right? Moving water in a river, in a lake, in the ocean with the waves stays happy because it's moving, right? Movement creates that. So progress equals happiness. When you're making progress in any area of your life, right? Why do you think most people take anxiety and depression medications when they work in cubicle jobs? Well, they feel like they're making no progress. They've been stuck in the same job for 3 years, doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? But if that same person picks up a hobby of lifting weights, if that same person picks up a hobby of, gets in a great relationship and starts making progress in other areas, that same person actually goes to bed at night being happy because now they're making progress in different areas of their life, right? Same clients come to us feeling sad. We help them get on a good, healthy routine with nutrition, training, exercise, being around positive people, fit coaches, right? Those same people end up losing 20 pounds in 3 months. How do you think their mental health went from like the starting to the end? Well, starting to the end, their mental health is so much better. They're no longer that depressed person because they're actually making progress. They're like, even when they go to work and somebody asks, hey, how are you doing? They're like, I'm doing great. Right after they weighed themselves and they're 5 pounds lighter and they did 5 workouts this week and they're actually moving better and they were able to do their first body weight squat. Now they can do 5 pull-ups, etc. Right? Progress makes you happy. Staying the same makes you sad, right? So at the end of the day, you have to focus on this because you just don't maintain in life. You're actually either growing or dying, right? So at the end of the day, I want you to get ahead in life. I don't want you to just maintain because when you just maintain, I think there's a certain level, the way that God made us, he's like, yeah, you haven't improved, right? You haven't been getting better. You haven't been becoming a more faithful person. You haven't increased in your faith. I mean, you haven't become a better Muslim, Christian, or anything. You haven't increased that side. You haven't improved your fitness. You haven't improved your academics, your education. So when we're not doing that, we stay the same, right? Because there's so much in this world that is meant for us to absorb and utilize in our short lives. So at the end of the day, don't just maintain, aim to get ahead. And the 4 ways to get ahead is be brutally honest with yourself, reflect. Number 2, get help. Number 3, remember that pain plus reflection equals progress. And number 4, progress makes you happy. So if you're somebody who feels stuck in your health and fitness right now, you're like, Mo, man, I've tried everything, it doesn't work. What I want you to do is go on over to my Instagram, go on over to my Facebook, and make full use of our Black Friday offer that we're doing right now. It is the biggest special we've done in the last 7.5 years. We're going to hook you up with some really nice resources if you become a client, but also just go to my Instagram or my Facebook and just DM me the word Black Friday. And I'd love to give you more information and help you get unstuck and not just maintain, but actually become great and actually make progress in your health and fitness and get to the other level. And if you're going to do it anyway, this is the best time to do it because New Year's, it's always a great idea to start right before the New Year's, but also you're going to get specials that we've never, ever had before. You're going to get our sale discounted price. You'll also get a lot of bonuses. So at the end of the day, just go on over to my Facebook and Instagram, message me the word Black Friday so you can utilize the health and fitness side for our business. But I think at the end of the day, don't just maintain, aim to get ahead because greatness is what awaits you. If you just stay the same, nothing great is going to come out of it. You're not going to inspire anybody. You'll stay the same. Dull water turns into a swamp. You don't want to turn into a swamp. Let's turn you into a very, very healthy lake and river that people look at and they get inspired by. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. 1, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at Mo Gaius, MOE, G as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word healthy systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.